We'll briefly look at the aspect of public speaking. Public speaking is required in all walks of life. Maybe you are addressing a gathering, giving them specific inputs about a subject. Or maybe you are talking in a meeting, presenting your point of view. Maybe you are presenting a report, and it means you are conveying information. Therefore, essentially, public speaking means communication. What is communication? We must know. Communication involves three aspects. One is the person who sends out a message, the person or persons who receive that message, or the audience, and the message itself through a medium of language or any other thing. So, public speaking has got three elements. There is a speaker, there is an audience, and there is a message. Now, communication, when we talk about it, there are three types of communication. One is known as oral communication or written communication. Second is known as oral communication means spoken communication. Then the written communication. And third is the body language. Body language involves the movement of your hands, movement of your eyes, your facial expression, the undulation of your voice, etc. This calls a body language. So in public speaking, you have three people: the sender of a message, the receiver of a message, and the message. Then oral communication, written communication, and body language. When you are speaking, sometimes you might use a blackboard to write. That is written communication. When you are speaking, that is oral communication. And when you are moving your hands, your gesticulation, that is your body language. So all these three aspects are important in public speaking. When we speak in public, we say public speaking is an art. An art requires preparation as well as practice. I must tell you about the greatest speaker of Winston Churchill. He was the Prime Minister of England during the Second World War. And even at that stage, if he has to address a gathering, he would make his speech and practice before his bedroom mirror. And he will not talk about any matter which is hypothetical. He will talk about the matter which are realistic and convincing, and that is communication. The three aspects of public speaking. One is preparation, second is the presence of mind, and third is practice. But most important is preparation, practice, and practice. How do you prepare? You prepare the cogent topic by reading, making notes for easy reference when you are speaking, and in a logical flow. That is preparation. Once you make the preparation, note it down so that you can easily recollect it. Practice. Practice is about reiterating what you have prepared in that manner. While practicing, one of the important things comes into mind is what is called stage fright or stage fear. When a person goes and stands in front of 10 people, he has got a lack of confidence. His knees might tremble, his voice may become wavery, or he may start looking here and there in a confused manner, or he may put his hands in a pocket or scratch his head. That is all shows nervousness, and that is stage fright. The stage fright has to be overcome, and to overcome stage fright, the most important thing is practice. Now, while delivering your talk, while doing public speaking, another three important things are there. It should have an introduction, it should have a body, and then finally conclusion. Let us say we are talking of education system. When the person talks about education system, he should introduce it saying that today we are briefly reflecting on the education system and compare it with what was previous and what is it today. Then he goes to the body of the talk. What is the body of the talk? Then he analyzes in the previous times how the education system was. Today, what is the education system? What are the training aids available at that time? What are the training aids available now? Now there are computers, mobiles, and what have you. Those days, earlier days, maybe they had charts or blackboards, and later on projection of slides. Now you can analyze it and talk at a great length. That is the body. Then finally the conclusion. In the conclusion, one says, we have examined the pros and cons of the education system, and we discover the following are the places where we can improve, or following are the places where there are deficiencies, where we have to correct ourselves, and following things are not necessary, we can do away with it. And this is a perfect public speaking. It has got an introduction, it has got a body, and it has got a conclusion. We discussed about stage fright and unnecessary movements. Because one person becomes nervous, there are unnecessary movements. But there are movements which are required. When you go and stand before a person, first adjust your throat properly. Adjust the mic if it is required. Keep your notepad at a place where you can easily refer to it. Then look at the audience from one side to the other. It is called a sweep. And establish eye contact. Eye contact does not mean that you look at your friend who is standing or sitting in the first row. You should look at everybody in general, and that is eye contact. So the do's are adjust your throat, adjust the mic, adjust your notepad, have eye contact, sweep, and then while speaking, adjust your voice. Heighten it, lower it, don't become monotonous. Then, whatever gesticulations you are doing, do proper gesticulations. You are asking a question, you can raise your hand. You are saying that a certain thing should not be done, you can show a sign that it should not be done, but not unnecessarily. So all these movements are measured movements. The voice, the gesticulations, and eye contact. What should not be done? Unnecessary movements like putting hands in the pocket, or scratching the head or the backside, or looking here and there without looking anybody in particular, showing that you are nervous. Whereas when you are nervous and you want to boost your morale, you can ask for a rhetorical questions. For example, we are all Indians. Are we proud of our nationality? The answer comes, yes, we are. So that is involving the audience. So all these aspects, if we keep in mind, number one, public speaking is an art. Public speaking requires preparation, practice, and presence. And public speaking requires all three kinds of communication: oral communication, written communication, and body language. And all these things, if you practice properly and get over the feeling of stage fright, you will become a fantastic public speaker. And I wish you good luck.